There's something special about gravel roads, and as overlanders, we seek these roads out. That infinite sound of the gravel cracking underneath the tires as you turn off the tarmac is the sound that us overlanders know that it is the beginning of the freedom, the beginning of the adventure. For us, our adventure starts in the small town of Jeffrey City, Wyoming. A once bustling uranium ore mining town now lays vacant with only a few residents. We've been traveling for a few days now on nothing but paved roads, and we're on our way back home in northern Wyoming. We were getting so burnt out, I was chatting with the group and said, hey, what if we could travel from a certain point to back home as much as we can on gravel? So that's what we decided to do. Now our adventure would take us north of Jeffrey City through the old uranium mining fields that they used to use in the Cold War. Then we would continue north up to the small town of Lost Cabin, a very interesting place. From there, we would circle around to the most southerly point of the Bighorn Mountain Range. This part of the Bighorn Mountains, nobody in the group has ever traveled on, so we were very excited to be going up into the Bighorn Mountains from the most southerly point. Then we would traverse along the top of the Bighorn Mountains, drop down off of the mountain range, back down into the desert valley, and our final destination would be Tin Sleep, Wyoming, where we would earn ourselves a well-deserved drink at the Tin Sleep Brewery. Finally off the pavement and on the gravel and heading north out of Jeffrey City, Wyoming. This is going to be an epic adventure, driving through the backcountry of Wyoming and its mountain ranges on nothing but gravel and 2-track roads. The durability of the vehicles and also the fuel range is really going to be tested because we are going to be traveling a total of 250 miles on these backcountry roads. Come settle in with us as we head north through the historical uranium mining fields of the Wyoming Badlands as we kick off this 250-mile backcountry route to Tin Sleep, Wyoming.
Dead Wyoming, huh? Screenshot it.
Well, I'll be darned. Who knew that we would be driving across Wyoming's geological center? Well, we just made across the old lithium mining fields, and we find ourselves coming into the small town of Lysite. This town once was a stopping point along the Wyoming Railroad for prospectors to get off to head up into the Bighorn Mountains to strike their claim. In 1960, Lysite held the record in the U.S. for the least amount of rainfall in a calendar year at 1.28 inches of water. Man, that is dry. Today, there's not much left of the old town. There still is an active post office, a few residents, and a convenience store that you can get a delicious burger at. The locals still know how to have a good time here, though. Once a year, they host a local rodeo where they have all of the farmers come in once a year and just have a good old time and celebrate the town of Lysite. Well, just a little bit farther down the road, and we'll be making our way into Lost Cabin. Welcome to Lost Cabin, a town that was created by a visionary businessman, J.B. Oakley. Known as the Sheep King of Wyoming, J.B. Oakley built his enterprise from the ground up in Lost Cabin. And this building, just off to the right of me, was his main headquarters for his sheep business, and also he owned a general store that he would sell supplies to local sheep farmers around the area. With all of Oakey's success, he built himself a large mansion in the town of Lost Cabin with 16 rooms in it. Plus, he had a bird cage that was as big as a house where he kept all of his exotic birds. At one point in time, there was even a golf course for all of his employees to work on. In his success, time finally caught up to him, and as he was out bird hunting in his older days, he slipped on the banks of a nearby reservoir and ended up drowning. The locals ended up having to drain the reservoir, where they found his body, unfortunately, at the bottom. Today, Lost Cabin is now owned by an oil field company and gas company, and they do maintain the house, hoping one day J.B. Oakley will return with his friends and family and fall right back in like nothing ever happened. Now we're going to take Forest Service 103. That's going to bring us around to the bottom of the Bighorn Mountains and connect with Forest Service 105, which we will be taking to get up onto the Bighorn Mountains. After a nice long drive across no man's land out there, we are now going to start heading up the Bighorns. And we are, let's see here, the South Bighorn Red Wall Backcountry Byway. So, this ought to be a pretty fun trail. How was that drive, John?
Good. I enjoyed that. It was nice and relaxing.
Yeah.
Just kind of cruising along.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. A little dusty.
You get back away from the dust ahead of you. Yeah. It could be a little dusty.
Yeah. So, according to our route, we're here. We're going to go up this way. And I think we're going to continue going this way and then farther up, because I know we're going to be traveling a long ways on the Bighorns and then dropping down to go to Tinsley, so it'll be good. And we actually encountered no traffic whatsoever coming across that, and then we get here at this intersection and we happen to have a couple of vehicles drive by and one vehicle pass us, so but that's okay. It'll be fun. So, I'm looking forward to this. Yeah. Very cool. Well, all vehicles are doing good. No issues whatsoever. John, your hitch ball doing good?
Yes. Yes.
Poor Grant has been having some issues with his communications. I think his radio went completely out. I think he can hear us, but we cannot hear him. And poor Grant got fallen to a victim of owning a Jeep and having a flat windshield. So, but looks like everything else is doing good. Having fun, Grant? The thumbs up. Alrighty, we're gonna gather ourselves and continue up the road. This is absolutely gorgeous. I was not expecting this traveling down the road. Well, in the rearview mirror, you can see Dead Man's Bluff, a pretty spectacular place. Well, we've just got a little ways farther to go down the road, and then we're going to be turning north up onto the Bighorn Mountains. What an amazing drive so far. Man, the scenery has been amazing. Who knew that we were going to cross a couple of creeks? That was really fun. And check out this old truck. Who knows the history on this thing and how it got here? Well, so far everything is going fantastic and the vehicles are holding up. No issues with the trailers. And we are about halfway of our 250-mile journey. Now we're just going to keep pushing on until the vehicles start getting really low on fuel, and then we'll stop and we'll refill them. We came across so much historical history on this route that we were actually quite surprised about. The history of the Bighorn Mountains is very interesting and very diverse, from the Native Americans using the Bighorn Mountains as summer hunting grounds, and the northern part of the Bighorn Mountains deep with mining history, and the southern part of the Bighorn Mountains rich with sheep history, clear back to J.B. Oakey, where he grew his enterprise and used these fields on the Bighorn Mountains to let his sheep graze upon during the summer months. Well, we still have lots of miles to trudge on, So let's just sit back and keep enjoying the views around us. And the next time we stop will be to refuel the trucks. Okay, we have decided to pull over because we're at that point where we're going to refuel. We've let it drop down to about a quarter tank of fuel left, and I'm carrying half a tank of fuel with me. I believe John is doing the same thing. He's got half a tank with him, and Grant is actually the best out of all of us since he's not towing a trailer. So we decided we're going to just take advantage of this nice flat area and start refueling the vehicles again. Go get that. Are you getting it, John? You have to go higher with your tank.
I may have to. I don't know where to go.
Why do you have to do that?
Go,
Why do you have to do that, John?
oh, there it goes. You have to do that to get it started because it's like a suction.
Hey, how does it sucking it up?
Well, it's not right now.
It's going down.
You realize I'm just doing this to look cool.
All filled up and good to go. Well, at least I got some of the gas in my gas tank after misjudging the length of my hose.
Oh, shoot.
And that is what not to do.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
We only had a few more miles to travel till we came upon the intersection where we will start traversing down off of the mountain. The day was getting late and we were all getting very tired, and we were ready to get down off of the mountain and get that well-earned drink at the Tinsley Brewery. Now, since I didn't have a drone, I thought I would try experimenting with a couple of different camera angles. Now, Mandy did keep it nice and slow for me, and she did warn me if there was any nasty bumps coming up, but riding on top of the rooftop tent was actually quite nice. Oh, check out the deer running across the road. How cool is that? Well, there you go. 200 miles of dirt. Probably, yeah, around 200 miles of dirt that we did. We started out in Jeffrey City, Wyoming, and we've made it all the way to just about Tent Sleep, Wyoming. We just got to go down that highway. So, we're going to air up and find somewhere to camp. Oh, we ran into so much dust. So much dust. Oh, look at that. Look at all that dust. Woo! How was that drive, John?
Just, it was good.
Yeah?
Dusty.
Dusty, yes. But it was good.
Yes, it was.
It was a beautiful drive.
It absolutely was.
Was not difficult, technical wise.
No, it was very beautiful though.
And that was our first time actually having to fuel up
Yeah,
while backcountry traveling. So that was cool. That was another thing that we could check off the list.
it was good that we had fuel. I mean, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how far we have to go to a gas station now, but
Not too far. Tent Sleep's, I think, just like 10 or 15 miles down the road.
maybe we would have made it.
Oh, it would have been, oof. It would have been squeaking. Well, everyone, thanks for joining us on this adventure. Until next time, we'll see you out on the trail. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. And we'll see you later.